the edges decorated in gold, epaulets, lace, buttons, weapons of an infernal nature, belted to delicate leather belts, ornate belt buckles holding them on, in the shape of swans, in the shape of hydra, all manner of decorative pieces. And as you step forward, you expect some kind of resistance, perhaps from the guards at the gate, or the Uranies perched on the balconies made from the hag's uneven eye sockets, her cheekbones jutting, barbed and crooked, broken and healed, bubbling with sores and cavities. And they just watch you, their bows stowed. And the doors, great iron doors, intricately inlaid with patterns wrought into the metal, open as Raheem steps forward.
Looks
Okay,
like she's
that's weird.
expecting
Okay,
us.
yeah, yeah. Why are you getting like the red carpet rolled out? Well, it's not like the red carpet, but like I was half expecting them to jump us the minute they see us.
Would you want them to jump us? Do
Not
you like
really,
hoping
no.
for it? Yeah. I think it's probably the best case scenario, I guess, then. I wouldn't think too much about it. I just say, we're just getting in or getting out. You don't have to think about it too much. And I'll
All right, well,
proceed on in.
Yeah, and as you enter into the foyer, you're greeted with pristine golden marble. Sweeping stairwells in a Rococo style, balustrades covered in vines and carved flowers, 10-foot tall portraits painted on velvet, painted on canvas, inlaid like frescoes into the plaster. It is so wholly separated from the filth and decay outside that you feel as though you have stepped into a storybook. And as you pause for a moment amongst the columns in the foyer, a delicate voice. Hello. We've been expecting you, Rahim. Would you and your compatriots please follow me? And you see a tiefling, a woman of exceptionally delicate beauty. Her skin is like pale blue porcelain, and she has tattoos wrought into her skin in a slightly darker blue, almost like Wedgwood china. Her hair is done intricately jewels in her braids. Um, the great textured coil mass of her hair on top dripping with gold beads and gemstones that catch in the candlelight. She wears a ball gown, voluminous.
Fancy.
The outer layers of her skirt in the exact same shade of blue as her tattoos. Miss Sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh,
Bless you.
Ooh.
a terrible time to sneeze. Um,
To hell with you.
yeah. Thanks. The layers of her skirt made more and more voluminous by layers upon layers of delicate lace. If you would please follow me, gentlemen. And she leads you to the throne room. Let's see, gotta put you guys in the throne room.
And just sharp eye. I'm like, I feel like we're underdressed.
yeah, Sharpi's gonna like
It's all right.
pressurize himself real quick just to
I would have
clean the
dust
dust.
myself off at the doorway if I knew of this delicacy in here. Shit.
Yeah, like I heard it was nice, but like, like, geez, I mean, I'm blind, but even I can tell that there is some great decor around here. You would
This
think
is
Oh,
the
this from a
first
certainly.
small.
place. Yeah, this is the first place in hell you've been that doesn't smell bad. It smells like
Shouldn't it?
beeswax and perfume.
Mm.
Wait, we're in a giant skull. Shouldn't it smell bad? Like,
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, no, it's
Gentlemen,
immaculate.
gentlemen, manners.
all right, Miss Butler. Like, there's only
You
like
hmm,
the ping of Sharp
you are
Eyes.
shown to
Or,
the throne room. And the tiefling that brought you there said, "Please enjoy your stay and do not hesitate to ask for me should the need arise."
Thank you,
And
mistress.
she steps into
what
the
was
hallway.
the name?
Oh, Lumia.
Lumia. Wonderful name.
Yes.
Thank you, mistress. Lumia. I'll be
You're
sure
quite
these
welcome.
gentlemen are show some decorum. Especially that one. Point a sharp eye.
If the foyer and grand staircase were not enough to convince you of the grandeur of this place, the throne room certainly would. Two massive, you think, statues of sphinxes, um, like flank either side of the floor. Golden wings spread behind them. They appear to have been cast in death or sleeping, their paws folded beneath them, upper bodies and heads laid on them. But as you walk past, the three of you are fairly observant. You feel more than see, just the faintest rustle behind the eyelids of these statues. The inlaid floor here is white marble and golden tiles. It leads up to a raised dais.
You can get a domain from Squarespace, not just a
And in the
website.
center of this dais sit three thrones. Two empty. And in the middle, Glacea, flanked on either side by a set of Eureni's guards. She lounges in this throne, almost dwarfed by its size, as she is dwarfed by the statue behind her. And we'll switch for a moment here so that you can see a better picture of Glacea. Glacea is the daughter of Asmodeus, as you know. And she's known by many things, by many names. The Dark Prodigy. Dark Prodigy. Oh my gosh. Prodigy. The Princess of the Nine Hells. The Lord of Malbolge. She is the beloved leader of the downtrodden and neglected royalty of the other planes. She was simply a lesser archdevil with no place to call her own. And then she claimed her true power. And she claims it again and again. She is beautiful. She You've met Fierna,
Hmm.
who is gorgeous in another way. Glacea seems to, as the longer you look at her, shift just slightly. A shift of bone beneath skin to become more pleasing to the eye. Her hair curling or straightening. Uh, her jet black hair and copper skin. She's delicate, medium-sized, flanked on either side by large, leathery wings, small obsidian horns coming from her forehead betray her true infernal nature. Ah. My supplicants have come. Raheem, step forward. We have a deal to work out.
I brought. I don't know if it really compares, but I do have these gifts just to. I know I'm showing up a little bit. I didn't schedule an appointment, so I figured I'd bring gifts. So I just hold out like the box of wine and then all the knickknacks that I took off the ship.
Ah. She snaps her fingers, and Lumia re-enters the room and dispatches the gifts with her little horde of butlers. The wine is proffered to her, to Glacea. And as she inspects the bottles, she nods at some of them, and they're immediately opened. She sniffs. I think this one should aerate for a moment, please. I'll have this one. As Lumia unpackages the tchotchkes, she looks. Oh. See that someone has been scavenging for me. How very thoughtful. I love a beautiful gift that comes tinged in blood. Please add these to my display cabinets in the hall. Yes, milady. And the help scampers off to do so. You are quite brave, Sir Rahim, to have come into my presence with so few an accompaniment.
Personally, I didn't really want to get anyone else involved, but I don't think there's any real harm in them coming here. I mean, we're just here to finalize some stuff, and I didn't expect any sort of anything bad or conflict or will to happen. So
Indeed. Though we hadn't really set a deal before you came, this could have very easily been a double cross.
I took my
It's not.
chances.
Indeed, and hopefully it shall pay off. Come closer. She beckons you until you stand right before the stairs.
Yeah, I like
You
it.
two as well. Yeah. Ah. Clyde. And what is it you call yourself? Sharp Eye.
Sharp by now. Yeah.
Well, I suppose I could have provided a dress code, but you are all acceptable enough. Fine figures of your particular species. Let me think. Perhaps this would be better. And she polymorphs and suddenly looks like a beautiful Thrykean woman. Segmented thorax, gossamer wings, mandibles clacking, the shine of her emerald-colored eyes like with beetles as they reflect in the light. Refract, excuse me.
Is that your type, Sharp Eye?
I'm like,
We were wrong. Raheem's not the one getting seduced.
Sharp Eye. You cool.
Yo, Sharp Eye, is that your type?
Listen. Women are my type, but
You cool.
But
I'm cool,
Thrykean
I'm cool.
women? You cool? You cool?
I'm cool. I'm
Or
cool. He's gonna
perhaps-
use the brim of his hat to just keep his eyes covered.
Perhaps something more like this. And she polymorphs again and suddenly looks like a tabaxi. Orange and white, beautiful cream-colored fur on the edge of her face. Big green eyes, long whiskers on her muzzle and eyebrows. Tiny,
Now it's your turn. to be
delicate toe beans, pink on the palms of her hands. No, perhaps not. And she looks at Raheem. Consider this alone. And she snaps her fingers, and you suddenly see with your eyes. And the world is disorienting for a moment. A riot of colors and visuals, and your brain scrambles to catch up with everything because you've been so used to sensing the world around you, getting the vague shapes and shadows through blind sight, through the data that your little friends Nat and Charlie and Garrett and Wanda feed to you. And to see it with your own eyes suddenly, it would have hurt less if she'd stabbed you.
Ooh.
But I think this is more fitting. And she shifts again and looks much more similar to her usual self. But what she would look like if she were simply a tiefling. Bronze-colored skin, smooth, with just that slight patina of green. Her horns still small and delicate, points of her ears sticking from her raven hair. A small spade-tipped tail flicking out from behind her. This is more comfortable, I think.
Raheem's just taking it all in from the shock of like, oh crap, like just like seeing all this from his own mind. He kind of like takes a quick moment, is able to like glance as he's trying to get himself oriented, to see quickly like Sharp Eye and Clyde for the first time before fixating back ahead of him. It just, yeah, there's some pain there. He's a little bit hesitant, and yeah, he does feel like, man, kind of wish he did just stab me.
I couldn't waste all this beauty and not share it with you, Raheem. Don't worry, it's not permanent unless you want it to be. In which case, We can amend the terms of our deal.
Nah, I'm sticking with the original plan.
On your head be it. She snaps her fingers again, and another lovely tiefling in an ostentatious ball gown comes from a side door. This ball gown is slightly less showy than Lamia's, and this tiefling is a lovely shade of gold. All gold, in fact. Her hair is cropped very close to her skull, in tight ringlets, and she has ram-shaped horns that curl beautifully around her pointed ears, jewels, bands of silver and gold around them. Tiny, nearly useless spectacles perch on the end of her rounded button nose. And she comes in with a contract. This is Glycea's lawyer. Ah, yes. If you please. Yes. The terms of the contract are thusly. The party of the first part, Raheem, has agreed to offer, if we are correct, his soul in return for the location of his daughter's soul, with the caveat that for as long as his soul remains in the Nine Hells, his daughter's soul and body are banned from the premises here. Additionally, the addendums made to the original request are thusly. If Raheem offers both his soul and his sworn promise to defend Lord Asmodeus's rightful rule of the Nine Hells, then, according to the terms of this deal, Glycea would both deliver the location of your daughter's soul, as well as make sure that her soul and body are both banned from the Nine Hells, as well as Asclepius's soul is to be banned from the Nine Hells as well. Are these terms agreeable to both parties?
When did you make this deal? Can I?
It's always the blood pack, isn't it? It just
Wait. Can I peruse the
Yes.
deal real quick?
Got by.
The lawyer is holding out the contract prepared for Raheem to sign in blood. Glycea has stood and approached, her sharpened nails already starting to prick one of her fingers to sign her side. The lawyer looks to Glycea. Glycea says, "Yes, darling, it's fine. It's okay. He can look." The lawyer turns to Sharp Eye, holding the scroll with the terms of the deal out.
Sharp Eye is looking for any fine print, any little addendums or other such things like. And then he's gonna look at Raheem, and go, "You're really trading your soul for just the location of your daughter?"
not necessarily just the location.
And once we find it, she's gonna be banned from hell. All right. Do I have to like roll anything to like find
Yeah,
any?
you can roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh, did you wish
Come up.
to amend the terms of our deal? Do you feel that your soul is perchance worth more than simply the location, I could procure your daughter's soul for you. It wouldn't take but a nonce.
Cure.
With that, would that add anything on, or would that just you would just have it right here for me right now?
Well, you couldn't get something for nothing. We would need to find a balance to balance it out, because I would be saving you quite a bit of trouble and going 2 more layers down. And really, Brother Domini is such a bore. I never spent any time there, even when we were dating. Disgusting.
Huh. What would have to be added in order for you to bring the soul to me?
Oh,
Are you seriously taking this deal?
Thinking about it now.
And the deal's. Listen, I'm not going to stop you from taking it, but it's already bad.
well,
At least
in
not in your
exchange,
favor.
I mean, it would save all of you perchance another brush with death. Beelzebub's dog is still out there, you know. He has a submersible, last I heard.
Submarine. We have to deal with a submarine.
Maybe we could
Oh,
do
yes.
something.
Meanwhile, at the parked ship.
Yeah, it's a
Looks
breed
like an
now.
upgrade.
Shark Eye, he has a submarine. Like that's we get our ass
Yeah.
kicked against a submarine.
You don't even know what a submarine
Do we
is.
know what a submarine is?
I don't, but it's like it sounds dangerous. It sounds pretty like it sounds a mixture of dope and something I don't want to deal with.
Oh, yes, I think that that's fairly accurate. And while I try to think of what she wants in exchange for bringing your daughter's soul back, we're going to pop back over to Asclepius and Lovelace at the boat. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Back at the ranch. All right. So I looked in the fuel, and it looks like, well, it might run for a few more days, but time's a little bit wibbly here, so could be give or take a few.
Well, I don't think it should necessarily take that long for us to traverse the next few levels. In fact, I believe each layer of hell is respectively a little bit smaller than the one prior to it, if I'm not being ignorant here.
Lucy says,
Space is a little bit different here too, so this is just you and me, and you brought up the old idea of the tuning fork. I suppose you and Raheem are both from the prime material plane.
We are. Though I've frankly haven't been around quite as long as he has.
And you didn't quite look like that when you left, did you?
No. I suppose you didn't have an opportunity to see me prior to taking this form. I was simply a warforged, if you're familiar with the concept.
A robot. Yeah, I've met a few. I guess I've got 2 questions for you. And be careful, because anything that you say will be embellished in the story. But number 1, what's the prime material plane like? And what do you plan to do when you get back?
The prime material plane is, in many ways, nothing more than a embellished version of hells you're familiar with. It's brighter in color, more pleasant in climate in most areas, to say the least. The people similar, a little more varied in temperament and alignment, but generally speaking are lawful in the same way devils are. They get up to the same sins as devil: greed, gluttony. You could go down the list and you can find a 1-for-1 between any man and devil if you just find the right match. The only
I guess that makes sense considering the kinds of souls that find their ways down here.
The only primary difference is that there is some level of good on the prime material plane, though it is difficult at times to distinguish between who is really good and who is a wolf in sheep's clothing, whereas here in hell, at least you know who's the wolf.
Enough.
In my case, I'm trying to figure out if my creators were wolves or shepherds. Though it hardly matters now.
Do you think your creators will recognize you?
I don't think they would recognize me, and I don't think that they'd be able to understand what it is they're seeing.
Well, that's fair. I'm not quite sure that I understand what I'm seeing either.
Though not everything has to be understood.
Not the first time.
I don't understand why you're
Fair
purple.
enough. What's that?
I don't understand why you're purple. But at the same time, I don't have to.
I'm sorry, is there something about being purple that's strange?
I think it gives
common.
In the world of devils, it's giving soy boy.
Really? Interesting. I never thought that was the impression that I was giving folks. I always thought of purple as being more royal.
Well, you're not far off.
I guess it's one and the same. Royals, soul boys. You don't think everyone thinks I'm a bitch, do you?
I don't think you're a bitch. I think you're a fuckboy.
Be honest. Well, I'm from hell, so. And I've got the pedigree for it. My father's from the prime material plane. And he came down here, and he knocked up my mother, and then he left me behind. I think I've got little memories of him, but I never felt like I belonged here. So
your father was
all the other little adventures. As far as I understand, though, human as in his temperament might be a bit different. It's hard to say that people are quite humane, as you've put it.
I'm asking more along the lines of, are you a tiefling or a Cambion?
No, I'm a tiefling. A little bit half and half.
It looks like he's doing like some really insanely fast computer processing in his head. Well, I'm glad you're bringing up your mother because I do have a question about her. You're not giving the impression that she might know where we can find a tuning fork.
Unfortunately, she's a little bit too far up. The tuning fork like that, well, they would be rare, but only because the people strong enough to use them would be either destroying them or hoarding them. They don't want people coming and going from here, mate.
Right, you are. Are you trying to get to the
I even
material
wish I could
plane
ask around.
ultimately at the end of the day?
That's what I'm on this boat for. I'm hoping that you all are crazy enough to actually get through whatever